Now, let's talk about something else that's been sort of hot and heavy in the news and with the younger generation, the Gen Zs and the millennials, which is NFTs. They're kind of like the new craze. So Charlotte Hornets player LaMelo Ball is releasing a limited edition NFT that'll be tied to his NBA accomplishments. Now, what does this mean? Are NFTs really the future of monetization? Here to talk about this is an NFT professional. We have the founder and CEO of Zytara, Burgio. Did I say that right, Zytara?
Yes, you did. Yeah, thank you.
Love it. Welcome to the show, Al. How's it going?
Oh, it's going great. Thank you for having me here today.
I'm happy for you to be here. Now, everybody's hearing about it, and it's really opaque for a lot of people who may not understand why NFTs and why they're so popular all of a sudden.
You know, the technology underlying NFTs obviously have been around for a while. We saw the first instance of how it can impact blockchain in 2017 with CryptoKitties winning a hackathon, and then just days and weeks later, CryptoKitties being minted and congesting the Ethereum network. So that really started to make headlines from a different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward as we kind of went into the latter part of 2020 and 2021, we're seeing big NFT drops that have occurred over the past few months. Big headlines with Beeple, $60+ million. But I think, that is just one use case, and really auctioning off and the sale of unique collections. I think we'll continue to see that, but what will start to emerge, to what you were talking about a bit earlier, right? There was like MySpace, but then something bigger came along.
Mm-hmm.
Or, another example is search engines in the 90s, the Yahoos, the InfoSeeks, Excites, some of the names we don't even hear of, and
Right.
Google came along.
Yes.
So there's a lot of marketplaces out there, that have emerged in the NFT space. Google might come along, or the Google of marketplaces, and really transform this. So we're just simply making the point it's early, and we're going to see some incredible things continue to emerge as we go throughout 2021 and into 2022. It's pretty exciting to be part of it.
Given that it's early, remember back in 2000, 2001 when CDs was still hot and heavy, and then Napster came along, created that new market for MP3 before Apple eventually came along and settled in and took that. Now everybody understands the concept of MP3s and portable music. To someone who does not know NFTs, because again, if you're looking at NFTs, crypto, blockchain, it's a lot of these things fall under the same umbrella. People can't really figure out what's what. To a layman, to a fifth grader, how would you explain what NFTs are? And if you're a content creator with a fan base, what is an NFT and how does it tie into what a content creator could do?
Imagine a poster, and you have that poster on the wall, right? Back in the day.
Yes.
And it's maybe a sports team, or it's a celebrity, or it's a musical artist. You can't interact with that poster. Mm-hmm. Whoever's depicted in that poster, if it's a musical artist or an athlete, professional athlete,
yes,
they can't interact with you, and you can't interact with them. But imagine having now a digital poster that is represented on the blockchain with a token that they know you have, and you know you have it as well. And they can interact with that directly, peer-to-peer, fan with a pro athlete or vice versa.
But a lot of people were starting to go crazy. It sort of happened overnight where this became almost entrenched and embedded into pop culture and money speak. NFT, everybody's doing an NFT, and they were going for millions of dollars. Will people see returns on these investments, and how are they actually going to make a return on the investment? Now, I see with you buy Bitcoin, you hope that it goes up over time. I get that. But if you're buying a traditional investment, say you invest in a piece of real estate, you get the money back because it generates cash flow for you. What's the structure of making money back on your NFT investment, and what's the model there? Can you break that down for us?
So there's at minimum, like sort of two sides to that equation.
Okay.
One, the creator, where they can attach a royalty to it, embedded into the actual NFT code. Mm-hmm. And so what that means is maybe there's some nominal percentage of royalty every time it's moving around, trading hands. It's programmatic, instantaneous, recorded on the blockchain. and disseminated that value of royalty to the receipt. So for a content creator or artist, or what have you, it provides a very dynamic way, almost perfect way to track, because it's every moment of transfer between two third parties is going to instantly calculate that royalty. There's a number of factors that go into the value of something, whether it should maintain the value it has today, or appreciate, or depreciate. A lot of that is correlated with the content itself. So I can't necessarily represent that. Broadly speaking, this is an investment category that makes sense for all. But if there's a scarce, rare piece of something special, and the success of, let's say, and the popularity of an artist that continues to grow over time, you'd expect that there'd be some sort of correlated value between that artist and their art.
So the connection you can make perhaps is something like an artist. Not everyone that draws a painting will have people that buy it, or even have paintings that go up in value over time, but they're the ones that do. So would that be an appropriate connection to make?
Absolutely.
All right. What do you feel is the best use case for an NFT for someone out there, and perhaps people shopping for them maybe out of curiosity, and somebody considering creating one? What is the best use case that you've seen so far, and that you think could be more representative of what we see in the future?
So I would say art is definitely a great use case.
Art is the one
for NFTs. Absolutely, that's one. Music as well, capturing unique moments. Another phenomenal use case. The ability for there to be social engagement. I mean, I can't pick one. There's a few epic and awesome emerging use cases for NFTs, and there's no doubt in my mind there's going to be more than one that will stand the test of time.
Speaking of time and the test of time, what's next for you in your journey, and how it relates to NFTs?
So I'm involved in NFTs from a number of different perspectives. So Zytara Labs is a full service production company for musical artists, professional athletes, celebrities, and Fortune 1000 brands in the production and creation of NFTs. The entire journey of all of that. And we've recently supported the recent unveilings of NFT projects, such as Floyd Mayweather's unveiling just a few days ago of his collection. There's actually going to be more emerge from that in the coming days.
How did that go? Can you share? Can you share that? How Floyd's NFT would do? Because he's got a big event coming up, and he is someone who historically has done well in the pay-per-view realm from again, a sporting and entertainment and content production standpoint. He's done well there. Did that carry over to the NFT space?
So it's just beginning to be showcased.
Okay.
The collection. So there was an introduction yesterday, actually 2 days ago, of the first piece in the collection, which is basically a really phenomenal. The director of that is an individual by David Zenny, and it represents his 50 fights. We will soon see those in one NFT, right? Going through each 50 fight through an artistic depiction. Each of those are going to be soon represented by unique individual cards, digital NFT cards of those individually 50 fights. So those will not hit soon, but kind of like Beeple, where you had first the one piece and then representing the 5,000 days, and then they're being separated into individual NFTs. That's what's actually being represented by the first in the collection that has just been unveiled for Floyd Mayweather. It's a first ever NFT drop. So we're really excited to be a part of that.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
You got it, brother.